welcome to the Legislative Branch Part 1. We are going to be focusing on some basics of Congress throughout this unit. We're going to be looking at how Congress functions as a legislative branch. We're going to look at the essential steps in the bill to law process. We're going to look at how the legislative process can be stalled and the other responsibilities of Congress. So to start off with, just some foundational knowledge of Congress. So Congress is, of course, bicameral, which means it has two chambers. And those chambers are the House of Representatives and the Senate. And we've known that for a couple chapters now. So congressional time in office can be broken down into two different things. Each year starts a new congressional session. So on January 3rd, or 4th, or 2nd, or 5th, depending on how all of that falls on the calendar, each congressional session starts. So a session is a one-year period. Now, a two-year period is called a congressional term. So every 2 years, so even numbered years, we have an election, a congressional election. Sometimes, depending on how things fall with our senators, sometimes we have a senatorial election that year as well. And if it falls every 4 years, then we have a presidential election. So the senators and representatives, I don't know why that's black and not red, whatever. All right, so the senators and representatives are elected to represent either the entire state for the Senate or a specific district for the representatives. And we will look in more detail at that map in class. So senators, we have two of them. Every state has two, no matter what. Your senators are currently Roy Blunt and Josh Hawley. Both of them are Republicans, and they represent the entire state of Missouri in Washington, D.C. You also have a representative that represents the 8th Congressional District in Missouri, and that's where you live. And that person is Jason Smith. He is also a Republican, and he was just reelected in this past election. Okay, so we currently have 435 representatives in the United States House of Reps. Now, instead of calling them representatives so-and-so, we typically call them congressmen so-and-so. So it just sounds a little cooler, I guess. So there are 435 representatives, and then there are 100 senators. Now, every state gets 2 senators no matter what. Every state gets at least 1 representative, but they could get more depending upon the size of their population. So what about if we add a new state to the United States? What happens to that number 435? Well, if it's up to Congress, well, it is up to Congress, they can change that number. So if we want to increase the size of the House of Representatives, then it would be up to Congress to pass a resolution to do that. So if we don't, then we basically just redistribute all of the congressmen based on the census. All right, so some salary. Everybody wants to know the money. So currently, as of the making of this video, the president of the Senate, known as the vice president, makes $230,000 a year, roughly. Okay? The Speaker of the House makes $223,000 a year. And the leadership in the House and the Senate, so people like the House Majority Leader and the Minority Leader and the Senate Majority Leader and Minority Leader and the whips, they make $193,000 a year. And the regular congressman, so the person that just got elected in November and takes office in January, they make $174,000 a year. Now, we look at those numbers and we go, what? Right? That's a huge number. Well, it is. Don't get me wrong. I would like that. But is it really huge in comparison to what other famous people are paid? Like, think about how much a basketball player or a baseball player gets paid, or a football player. Kind of pales in comparison to that. Okay? And with that, I'm going to stop with this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know.